Hey everyone, welcome back to another binder video. Lost Thunder, a monster set. What's it got? 214 cards in the regular set, plus reverses, plus secrets, full arts, all that fun stuff at the end. Hypers and diapers. This is almost too big for the binder already, and I'm sure I'm missing quite a few cards from this. At least probably a good chunk of the reverses and the high-end stuff that we'll see towards the end. Can't remember exactly, but this is hefty. This is getting big. This is where we get into with the side-loading ringless binders. You're going to end up needing a second binder or a bigger binder. I don't know if how many cards the 12-slot ones hold, if it can handle all these sets, but it's a lot of cards, and we'll see that in these last Sun and Moon sets. They really pack them with a ton of variety. Just massive sets in general. Looks like we're missing something here. I think it might be a Shuckle GX actually, which is weird that I don't have one. Pretty sure it is a Shuckle GX. There we go. It looks like we're doing pretty good on the reverses, but at the same time, there's a lot. And missing a few on each page is a little bit more significant in this one, since we have a lot of pages. We get the pretty cool Celebi Prism Stare up there. We got Trico. Very cool Kamiya artwork there. What are we missing here now? Do we get Grovyle? We got a Sceptile. I don't know if it's a regular Sceptile or a Sceptile GX. Not really sure. Judging by the fact that I'm missing both, I would guess that it's a GX. Both as in that I'm missing the front and back. Just to clarify, that's usually a good sign that it's a GX that I'm missing, since there's no reverse form of the GX cards. Shaman's really cute over here. If I pull it out from behind my head. Ninjask. Ninkata. Couple of reverses missing there. And then here you'll see where there's a GX. There's nothing on the backside. We just got a blank spot. So that also takes up space, I guess. I don't know if I'll end up just double bindering a lot of these sets so I can keep them front and back, or if maybe eventually I'll decide to switch it over, so I'll have like Moltres, and then here would be reverse Moltres side by side. I kind of like it better with them on the back side, but it certainly takes up more space. I think I'm going to end up, even if I put them side by side, I'm going to end up needing an extra binder regardless, which is sort of a pain, but it's whatever. I'd rather see a big set like this. It also means that you can open more product without being disappointed in the fact that you have a bunch of the same cards. We're missing a ton of reverses on this side. Another Kamiya Slowpoke down there on the bottom left. We got a Vulpix Forsini. A Alolan Vulpix. Slowking. We got another Lapras here. Unfortunately, we're not in a subset, so we can't prove our theory. Suicune, super nice. The GX is also pretty nice, but that holo is just next level. White QRAM, seems like he's making some appearances in these sets lately. Lately, as in, I mean these binder videos. Seems to be getting a little bit more spotlight. Pretty cool. We got Toxapex. I do like Toxapex. Have one on my team usually in the video game. Pretty dirty Pokemon. Sort of can use the sludge as a second leftovers in your party. Do some dirty stuff. We got the Sleepy Mareep here. That was used in some decks and thought to be, I think, better than what it ended up being. For some sleep shenanigans, it's just when there's so much switch available in the format, sleep isn't really the best option. I don't know why this Blitzel's upside down. I'm assuming that he came out of the pack with some damage on him. Tapu Koko, Zeraora. I think this is the first appearance of Zeraora. A really cool Espeon down here on the bottom. Oh, we're back into the unknowns too. Is that the unknown? That's unknown damage. I think there's one here. Okay, yeah, on the next page. We were just talking about this in Discord recently. The unknown hand. So basically, once during your turn before your attack, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and you have 35 or more cards in your hand, you may use this ability. If you do, you win this game. So I think I've had it one time where someone beats me with that on the online game, and it feels really bad when they do. You always think like, okay, they only have like 15 cards in their hand, or they only have 20 cards in their hand. Like they can't win next turn, and then all of a sudden you lose your Marnie from your hand, which would allow you to reset their hand size back down to a reasonable amount. But all of a sudden they reset stamp you and they proceed to win the game. It feels pretty bad. Not, I don't think it's necessarily a viable deck. It's just kind of like a fun thing that they're probably doing, and then they're probably laughing at you behind a computer screen when they do end up beating you with it. So here we go. Looks like we're missing a couple more reverses on that page. And at this point, I think it's just worth picking up the singles so I can finish out the set. We get a Mellow out of there. That Chandelure is wild. Gotta like that. Naganadel down in the bottom. We got our Hacky Sack Crochet Litwick there in the middle. The reverse version anyway. Sudowoodo. We got another Crochet Fanpy up in the top right. Oh, and then of course we got the insert Yukimori artwork right there. The claymation. We're doing pretty good on the reverses here. Not terrible. And we get the Umbreon. It's kind of cool to see the Umbreon and the Espeon in a non-hollow form. I think both non-hollow rares. Quite certain. I'm not going to flip back, but got Tyranitar GX there. I think he's one of the more expensive cards in the hyper form. We did open a box of this. Scott and my brother Dan commits me to open a box of this recently. They went splits on it. If you haven't seen that video, take a gander. It's pretty fun to open this again. I kind of wish. I think I picked up a lot of these in trades and collection purchases, but it would be pretty neat to open a ton of it, because if you're gonna get so many different cards, especially the reverses, you could probably open, I would say, at least half a case, maybe even 4 boxes, and not worry about getting too many duplicate reverses in a set this large. Where some sets you wouldn't want to open more than a couple boxes, because you're just going to end up hitting all the same cards that you already have, duplicate reverses and everything else. We got our boy Rabombi up there on the top. Here we go. There's the Tapu Lele that I used to use with my Whimsicott for cheesing people, where you attach a Pokemon tool card that has Fairy Charm in its name from your hand to your Pokemon during your turn. You leave them confused. So to hit Whimsicott, you have to flip a coin, and then if you're confused, you have to flip 2 coins successfully in order to hit Whimsicott with the Fluffy Cotton ability. So with the Fairy Charms, they're also good on Whimsicott, so you could put them on Whimsicott and prevent damage from a certain type, which was kind of bad enough, or badass enough in itself. But then on top of that, to be able to confuse your opponent's Pokemon as well, which would force them to have to switch or retreat or whatever. Put them in a bad spot, force them to play around you. And then there's a Magearna that can remove Pokemon tools. So you remove the tool from the Tapu Lele and put it on each turn. So you're basically, if you have the Lele and the Magearna both in play each time, or for that turn, every turn you can leave the opponent's active Pokemon confused, which is got to be frustrating for them. It's frustrating enough to have to flip a coin in order to hit Whimsicott, so We got Mimikyu there. Rest in peace, fairy types. Here we go. Reverses over here. We got a Rabombi. Gotta have them. We have our reverse Lele. I don't know. I probably pulled the ones out of my deck. I think at one point I was using one from my actual collection and my physical deck, because that was the deck that I was going to play locally with. And then I think this was right around when... No, it was probably later. I was going to say that this was when stuff started shutting down, but it wouldn't have been. This would have just been in play, so... Or in standard, so I was able to play it. Play that combo. All the cards required for that combo. It's kind of a shame that double colorless wouldn't come back here sometime soon. There's Electro Power, which was pretty busted, and here's those Fairy Charms, at least some of them. I think there's some in another set as well. But it basically makes you immune to attacks from Pokemon GX and EX of that typing. So if you're going up against a Dragon deck, you put that bad boy on there. Not so effective anymore because it wouldn't affect Vs. And when Vs came out, that was kind of the end of the Fairy Charm cheese. Looks like we're missing quite a few of the reverse versions of those. We get Sightseer down here. I think this is where that other alternate art is at the end. Maybe. We'll see. Lucamine Prism. Cool to see Prism Star trainers. Kind of neat. Neat little swap out from just having the Prism Star Pokemon. Thunder Mountain. I guess we skipped over the Ditto Prism as well. I'm pretty sure it's in this set. It's that was extremely playable. Basically a 5th copy of whatever basic Pokemon you want it to be. So useful in a lot of decks. Looks like we're doing pretty good on the full arts here. We got the Blacephalon, Suicune, Zeraora, Tyranitar. We got our, almost looks red on the camera for some reason at a certain angle, but the Ninetales GX, Fairy form, and Lugia GX. I think the Tyranitar and the Lugia and the Hyper are amongst the most expensive. Maybe the Suicune as well. It's hard to say. There's a few very popular Pokemon in here, in that slot. So we got Kahili, Morty, Professor Elm's Lecture, which is kind of a neat card. We got Whitney down in the bottom left there, the hearts. We got our boy Shuckle. I was trying to make Shuckle work in a deck too. Just trying to make an all-around, not a stall deck necessarily, but a deck that has answers to a lot of different stuff that makes it frustrating to play against. Brizion, Magcargo, and Zeraora Hypers. It looks like we're missing quite a few of the Hypers in this set, which makes sense. I don't think I opened more than 2 boxes of it. We have Adventure Bag and Custom Catcher there. Custom Catcher was the Bee's Knees at this time. Certainly at one time when it was the only option for gusting. It's a little frustrating to use versus something else that's guaranteed, even if it's in the supporter slot like a Guzma or whatever. But you make do with what you have and the time. We got our secret wait and see hammer on the back side here. Now this Naganadel is a non-holo from a theme deck. We have a Pokemon League Electro Power. Typically the Pokemon League cards, they try and make them useful ones that are played so that you can actually, if you're going to Pokemon League, then you're gonna pick up cards that you can actually put in your deck. We got a Raikou Shatter. Probably from a theme deck, and probably from the same theme deck as this Ampharos that's a non-holo. We got Sightseer over here, which is that other alternate that I was talking about that I just picked that up from Troll. Pretty sure that was in a theme deck or some weird product like that. But the 2 alternate artworks, which is really cool. You gotta like to see that when they put the time and effort into actually changing the artwork on it. Gives you a reason to actually want the product that it comes in, or an extra incentive, I guess, to picking up that product to have a different card, at least a different artwork on the card that's also playable. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow for the next one.